Good evening, students. So we are going to start subject programming in Java, and today our topic is type conversion. Okay. So what is type conversion? We're going to start a topic called type conversion in Java, and okay, right. So what is type conversion? Okay. So what is type conversion? So when you assign assign value of one data type to another, the two types. Okay, the two types might not be compatible with each other. Okay, so if the data types are compatible, okay, so then Java will perform the conversion automatically. Okay, so known as automatic type conversion. And if not, then they need to if not they need to convert explicitly. Okay, okay, so right. So what is a type conversion actually? So what is type conversion is when you assign a value of one data type to another, then the two types might not be compatible with each other. Okay, so if the two types are not compatible to each other, so if the data types are compatible, then the Java will perform the conversion automatically. If it is compatible, it will convert automatically. Okay, so what are the data types we are having? Integer, byte, short, int, long. These are all the different types of data type. So each data type can be converted to other data type. Like byte can be converted to short can be converted to int, and all this is possible. If data types are compatible, then Java will perform the conversion automatically, known as automatic type conversion. And if not, they need to convert explicitly. Okay, so we also call this one as widening or automatic type conversion. Automatic type conversion. Okay, it is called as widening or automatic type conversion. Okay, so widening conversion takes place when two data types are automatically converted. Okay, so widening conversion takes place when two data types are automatically converted. So if it automatically converts, then we call it as a widening conversion. The two data types are compatible. Okay, so this happens when this widening conversion happens means in two conditions. First one is the two data types are compatible. When two data types are compatible, it happens widening or automatic type conversion will happen. Or when we assign value of a smaller data type to a bigger data type. Okay, so this widening or automatic type conversion happens when two data types are compatible. Okay, like byte, short, int, long, these are all compatibles, so it can easily happen. Or when we assign a value of a smaller data type to a bigger data type. So like a byte, if a byte value I have assigned, if I declared a byte value, if I assign that one to a larger value integer, it can easily happen. Okay, so these are the wide or automatic type of conversions. So for example, we'll see in Java, numeric data type are compatible with each other. Numeric data types are compatible to each other, but no automatic automatic conversion is supported. Okay, so automatic conversion is in Java, the numeric data type are compatible with each other, but no automatic conversion is supported. So automatic conversion is not supported for numeric type. Okay, so automatic conversion is supported. So no automatic conversion is supported from numeric type to character or boolean. So whereas in C language, it is possible to convert a numeric type to character type, but it is not possible from in Java to convert a numeric type to character or boolean data type. Okay, right. So also character and boolean are not compatible with each other. Okay, so character and boolean are not compatible with each other. Okay, it is also not compatible with each other. Byte. So see, these are the some conversions. Byte to short, integer, long, float, double, double. Okay, so these are the different types of conversions. We can say whitening, or we can say widening or automatic type of conversions. These are the different types of widening or automatic type of conversions. Okay, widening or automatic, we can say. Widening or automatic conversions. Conversion. Okay, so these are the different types of conversions. Okay, so we'll see. So we'll write a small program on this of automatic type of conversion, that is widening. Okay, I'll write a small program on this. Program on widening or automatic type conversions. Program widening or okay, that one. Right. So we'll write a program on this class test. Okay, public static void main string arguments. Public static void main string arguments. Public static void main string arguments. Okay, integer I is equal to 100. Integer I is equal to 100 we have declared. So this is automatic type conversion. So here we have declared int I is equal to 100. So in next step, if I declare long, long is a bigger data type than integer. So if I declare long L is equal to I, so I already have initiated the value 100, int I is equal to 100. If I say long L is equal to I, it can easily take, because integer here, integer can carry 4 bytes, whereas in long it will take 8 bytes. So this 4 bytes can easily occupy in 8 bytes. Okay, so this is possible. Okay, so this is possible. So this type of conversion is called as a automatic type of conversion. Okay, automatic type of conversion. Auto, automatic type automatic type conversion. Okay, so here I can convert one more thing. Float, I can take float f is equal to I. Okay, so sorry, float f is equal to, I can take L also. So L, so L is also an bigger type of data type, because it also takes a 8 bytes. Okay, 8 bytes of memory it occupies. So long also it can take 8 bytes. So this long can easily store whatever data we have stored in long, that can be easily stored in float also. So integer is lesser data bytes. Okay, so I can say integer is a 4 bytes, long L is a 8 bytes, and float f is also an 8 bytes. So this 4 bytes data can easily store in a long, as well as this long data type is easily can possible to store in a float, because both are having the same okay length. It can store same, it occupies same bytes in memory. Okay, so now after doing this one, I'm going to save this one. I'm going to print this one as a output. System dot out dot println int value, int value is plus I. Okay, so I have displayed integer value. Similarly, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot println long value is plus L. Long value is also done. Next, system dot out dot println float value is plus F. Okay, so close. So this is a program on widening or automatic type conversion. Okay, we can easily convert a automatic type conversion. That is, we have first I have declared a class called test, then public static void main string arguments. In string arguments here S is capital. Okay, so in string arguments S should be a capital. And then I have declared two variables, int I is equal to 100. First I have declared integer I is equal to 100, so which occupies only 4 bytes in a memory. So this 4 bytes of memory in 4 bytes of memory I have stored a value called 100. So same thing again, I am declaring another variable called long. In long, what I'm doing means long L is equal to I. So whatever the value of I is there, that value of I, again I'm storing it in a L, long L. So this 4 bytes can easily occupy in a 8 bytes. So this type of conversion. Okay, see, so now integer is a smaller size, long is a bigger size. So the smaller size value can easily fit in a bigger size value. So this type of conversion is called as a automatic type conversion. So long L I have declared, and I means in I value is 100, this I value 100 is again stored in long L. Now this long L can easily stored in float f of f. Float f is equal to L. Now totally in f consists of 100 value now, because I equal to 100. So L is equal to I, means now L value is 100. Again this L value is equal to f, I said, means in f I am having 100. So this is also possible. So because long and float are having the same memory sizes, it can occupy. So this so it can easily store the value in f also. So this type of conversion is called as a automatic type conversion. Okay, so this is an automatic type conversion. Similarly, we can have a explicit conversion as well. Narrowing or explicit, widening or automatic type conversion, or narrowing or explicit conversion. Explicit conversion. Okay, narrowing or explicit conversion. Okay, so this one. So we can call it as a narrowing or explicit type of conversions, right? So if we want to assign a value of larger data type, if you want to assign a value of larger data type to a smaller data type, smaller data type, smaller data type, we perform explicit type casting, explicit casting or narrowing error. Okay, so if we want to assign a value of larger data type to smaller data type, smaller data type. So here what I have done, smaller data type value I have assigned to larger data type. So it become a automatic type conversion. So if I want to assign a smaller data type, if I want to assign a larger data type to the smaller data type, then it is called as a explicit type casting or narrowing. Okay, so is this possible, and what all things, if it is possible, then what all things we have to consider? Yes, this is useful for incompatible incompatible data types, incompatible data types where automatic conversion automatic conversion cannot be done. Automatic type conversion is cannot be done. Okay, so this is a point. Second one, here target type specifies the desired type. Okay, here target type specifies the desired type to convert the specified value to. So here target type specifies the desired type to convert the specified value to. Okay, so see here how it is possible from higher to smaller. Okay, if I want to store a higher value to smaller value, so is it possible double? Okay, double to float, and then long int short and then byte. Good. Okay, so this is called narrowing or explicit conversion. Narrowing, it is called an or explicit conversion. Okay, so char and numbers are not compatible with each other. Let's see when we try to convert one into other. Okay, so here also the characters and numbers are not compatible. Okay, so character and numbers are not compatible with each other, okay, so characters or numbers are not compatible with each other. Okay, so we'll write a program on this. So we'll write a program on this. So program on narrowing or explicit conversion. Okay, so we'll write a program on narrowing or explicit conversion. Okay, how we are going to write a program, we'll see. So narrowing or explicit type of conversions. So for this type, so see, so first you are going to declare a class. Okay, class. So class test. Okay, we are going to declare a class called text. So in class called text, public static void main string arguments. Public static void main string arguments. Public static void main string arguments. So here we are going to declare a character type. Character ch is equal to, okay, character ch equal to c character ch is equal to c, and integer number equal to 88, int num is equal to 88, and ch is equal to number. Okay, close this one and then close. So see here, character ch is equal to c we have declared. Okay, so this is called narrowing or explicit type of conversion. Int number is equal to 88, I have said, and here character c is there, character ch equals c is there, and number 88 is there. So I can assign number 88 to ch. Okay, so in ch already we are having c, and number 88 we have assigned to ch. So this is replaced. So c is replaced with 88. So type promotion in expression. Okay, so this is called this type of, okay, this type of thing is called as a, okay, narrowing or explicit conversion. Okay, this type of thing is called as a explicit conversion. Okay, so while evaluating this expression, the result is automatically updated to a larger data type of the operand. But if we store the result in any smaller data type, it generates a compile time error, due to which we need to typecast the result. Okay, so explicit typecasting in expressions. So the same, we are writing one more program. So we'll write one more program on this. So what is that one more program we are going to write? Java program to illustrate typecasting. Okay, so Java program to illustrate typecasting. Java program to illustrate typecasting. Okay, so typecasting into to byte. So Java program to illustrate a typecasting into byte. So first declare class test. Okay, so we can write, we can have any name of class, but here with example we are taking the same thing. Okay, we'll write test1, test2, and this is test3. So we'll consider it as a test3. Public static void main string arguments. String argument, public static void main string arguments. Okay, so open flower braces, and here byte b is equal to 50. Byte b is equal to 50. Okay, this is typecasting into 2 byte. Okay, typecasting into 2 byte. Okay, so already we have declared byte b is equal to 50. So byte b is equal to 50. Then b is equal to byte b into 2. Okay, but b into is equal to, so byte b is equal to 50 we have declared, then byte b is equal to byte of b into 2. Okay, so we have converted that one into byte typecasting integer. So okay, so into true byte, right? So here we are taking integer first, int. So int b is equal to, we have declared int b is equal to 50, then b is equal to byte b into 2. Okay, so we'll see what type it is going to display as an output. Here we have to type system dot out dot println, system dot println b. Okay, close. Okay, so this is a program on typecasting. This is a program on typecasting. So here we have declared class test3, public static void main string arguments. So first I have declared integer b is equal to 50. B is equal to, I have converted it into byte. I have declared it as an integer. I have converted that one into byte. Byte b into 2 means 50 into 2. Okay, that is a system.println 100 it has to display. So I have converted integer to byte again. Okay, so this type is possible. Okay, So we'll end here. We'll see in another class.